Welcome to Moirai, a game that just popped up in my Steam recommendations. I'm going to be playing it completely blind. I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea what's going on. The only thing I do know is that the reviews on Steam said that no matter what you do, you should not research this game before you play it. You should not read any of the spoilers in the comments. You should not look it up on YouTube. You should not research it online. You should do no research before playing this game. So, with that in mind, if you have no previous experience with this game, you might want to skip this video. Otherwise, spoilers, right? If you want to check the game out yourself before you watch this video, I will note that it's currently free on Steam. I'm guessing it's always free, though don't quote me on that. So, you might want to go check it out and then watch this video. Yeah. I guess the only thing that is at all revealing at this point is the name, Moirai. For my limited recollection of Greek, was the name for the Fates, the personifications of destiny. So I'm guessing this game has something to do with fate. Let's unravel that, shall we? Okay, here I am. I'm in a village. There's a priest. There's a woman. Can I move? Not using those keys. Okay. There's woods behind me. Okay. Can I go into houses? Yes, I totally can. Okay, there's a little boy. There's a bed. Can I rummage through his house, steal his stuff? Apparently not. Talk to boy. I heard there's gold in the cave, but I'm too scared to enter. They say there's a little boy that haunts over your shoulder. They say there's a little boy that haunts over your shoulder. Okay. Can I talk to him again? This is the same thing. Alright. So, gold in the cave, little boy ghost, haunts over your shoulder. Alrighty. Let's go to the next house here. Man, I'm trying to loot your house like it's some sort of JRPG. Why are you getting in my way, homie? I ain't like that. Let's talk to the chef. Looks like a lovely day outside. You should head out to the farm if you get the chance. Spend some time with the animals. That does sound lovely. Are the animals cats? Because, like, if you had a cat farm, that would be so amazing. I would never leave. Speaking of which, Tiger, do not get into my receipts. We've been over this. Every time, guys, he waits until I start recording. All day. He's just kind of chilling. He comes in, rubs on my leg. Then I start recording. He shows up and starts trying to dig around in my paperwork. Every time. But I'm checking around behind these houses, see if there's any secrets. Dun, dun. Very peaceful music, and that's good. I need that right now. Okay. Let's check out these houses. I always do things a little bit backwards in games, just to see how the game responds to it. Sometimes the developers actually reward you for that. It's rare, but it happens. Talk to the girl. My uncle and dad are out chopping wood to keep us warm in the winter. They should be home soon. Okay. Well, it's good that they're taking care of you like that, kid. Enter the cabin. Okay. See what we're supposed to look at, but I'm going to check out other things first. I'm guessing I mean this bookshelf. Look at the bookshelf. There's a picture on the shelf of a wife, husband, and a young boy. I wonder where they are. I wonder if the boy is the shoulder haunting boy in the cave. Could be. Could very well be. Should let me look at these bookshelves. I should be getting GP right now, or Gil, depending on which version of Final Fantasy we're talking about. Okay, so let's chat with this little girl. Sometimes Daddy lets us pat the sheep on the head. They're so soft. Yes. I think I've petted a sheep before. Patted a sheep before. I think. Probably. I've seen sheep. Guy up the road has some sheep. Talk to mother. Did you hear about the boy? Julia lost her son in the cave shortly after her husband died. Poor Julia. Okay. So, yeah. What happened to Julia? I would never let my boys out of my sight. Well, you should not let one bad event dictate your children's life. I mean, freak accidents happen, and if you shelter your children too much because of that, it's going to leave them unable to deal with their adult lives. So, I mean, yeah, bad stuff happens. There are risks, and sometimes the things you can lose to those risks are huge. I mean, like your children, but at the same time, you can't let that get in the way of living your life. Talk to the boy. Need to stay close to Mama, otherwise she'll worry that we've run off. You see this kid, he could be out playing in the woods, but instead he's stuck hanging out with his mother, which could be fine. I mean, they may be very happy that way. Let's talk to this priest. My prayers go out to poor Julia. It's been a year since her husband has passed. She hasn't been seen all day. Okay. I imagine she's grieving. Do you mind visiting her at her home? It's the house to the right as you leave town. Julia is not home. I wonder where she is. See, I totally skipped ahead there. Okay. Let's check out the signpost. To the farm. Okay. Let's head on over to the farm. Oh, cool. Barn. Read signpost. Farm. Barn looks like a toy I had when I was a kid. So there's sheep over there. What's this way? Read signpost. Cave. Okay. Sheep. Poke the sheep. Bah! Poke the sheep. Ugh, that one sounds a little sickly. Poke the sheep. That one also sounds a little sickly. That one sounds healthy. It's good, healthy sheep. Good, healthy sheep. Good, healthy sheep. Good, healthy sheep. Do I poke this one? I'm not sure. Let's poke it. Not a healthy sheep. Trust me, I'm an expert on this. That one, I don't know. It could just be tired. That's a very excitable sheep right there. Needs some time off, some R&R. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Oh, really? You don't say. Okay then. We go in the barn. The door's locked. Oh, that's a shame. Goodbye, sheepy friends. Okay, the sheep just totally gave the whole game away, but I'm not going to translate for you guys. Sorry. Don't want to ruin it. What does this say again? Cave, yeah. Can we do anything over here? Pick up the lantern, pick up the lantern. Okay, let's talk to this guy first. Burly, lumberjack, gnome, giant, dwarf man. Talk to the lumberjack. My brother and I were chopping wood when we heard moans coming from the cave. My brother went in to investigate. He should have been back by now. I'm worried. Can you check on him? There's a lantern behind you on that stump. Okay, that's cool. We can totally check on your brother. And if I recall, he's got a kid in town. I mean, we might want to make sure that kid's got somebody to look after him. Pick up the lantern. I unfortunately missed a message there, but that's okay. Can we, take your axe or your pick or something, just in case we gotta dig your brother out of a cave in? Whoa, go to cave. Okay. Really digging the music in this game. So relaxing. Okay. Hey you, come over here. We're apparently auto-walking. Okay. Did my brother send you? Bless him. The moans are coming from further down. I'd go in, but my sight's no good. You should take this knife. Who knows, you may need it. Okay. There's a rat, or is that a rock? I think it's a rat. Can I, like, use my weapons or anything? Apparently not. Okay. Cave branches. Let's check down this way. I could get lost down here. Okay. Uh-oh. Bones. Look at the bones. Someone must have died here. The bones look as though they were a child's. Oh, that's so sad. Someone should probably give that kid a proper burial. Look into the hole. I can see something shiny. It's just out of my reach. Could be the gold. I wonder if there's going to be a jump scare somewhere here. You know, they get you all chilled out with the music and then jump scare. Who knows? Let's go this way. And another room. It's a little spooky, guys. A little spooky. I have my cats to protect me, though. They'll keep me safe. Ooh, looks like somebody's been counting on the walls. Another rat. Okay. It's a book. What's this over here? Look at tools. There's some tools laying against the wall. It looks as though they've been used to mark carvings onto the wall. Yep, looks like somebody's been counting. So let's take a look at this book. There's a book on top of this pedestal. It's labeled Farmers. There's a list of names inside. W. Riley 01 at hotmail.com. Chris Luke Pato ... How eerie. I wonder if those are the developers. Probably counting the days until their game is released to the world. This thing got amazingly good reviews on Steam. I did not read the reviews, but I believe it had an overwhelmingly positive rating. So, seems it's highly praised, and whoever developed this game did a good job. Really like the atmosphere so far. Thought I heard something. Something moving. Oh dear. It's a man covered in blood. With a lantern and a knife. Okay. A farmer approaches. Why do you have blood on your overalls? Why do you have a knife? I heard moans. What have you done? Let them pass. Attack. Why do you have blood on your overalls? I'd like to ask if he's okay, you know. Don't jump to conclusions here. Because I help a lady who was dying down there. She wants to die, so I just help her. Oh, okay. So I guess this lady wanted to commit suicide, maybe, and he helped her, or maybe she was injured and suffering. Why do you have a knife? Man in the entrance, give it to me. Well, that's peculiar. I heard moans. What have you done? I don't did anything. You just said you killed somebody. So should we attack him or let him pass? So, I find it odd that the guy at the front gave him a knife and then gave us a knife. Something peculiar is going on here, because the guy at the entrance certainly didn't mention this individual here. This is probably the guy who owns the farm. The farm is locked up. It's got lots of nice sheep. The kid was saying the farmer's a nice guy. He sometimes lets the kid pat the sheep. Sheep seem nice enough. So, plus if we attack him, we don't even know if we could win. He might kill us. Again, let's not jump to conclusions. If what his first statement was, if his first statement was true, if he was just putting someone out of misery, although we may disagree with that, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's hostile. I mean, maybe something should be done about that, but it may not be our place, and we certainly don't have the full story. What we should do is go report that to the townsfolk. And again, I certainly think there's more here than meets the eye. So let's let him pass. All right, I will let you go. And he just vanished. There's no rat. Go on down here. There's no rat. I hear things moving in the darkness again. Again, I hear things moving around. Let's check out the whole room. There's no rat. Please help me. I am in a lot of pain. See, this really doesn't make sense. Because that guy, who came in here just like we did, and was given a knife by the guy in the entrance, says that he killed this woman. But she's not dead. She's in a lot of pain. I came here to end my life. My name is Julia, and I want to see my child and husband in heaven. My husband was a miner in these caves. He spent days mining for gold, and then one day he found something. He found a golden nugget. I thought we could retire and be comfortable for the rest of our lives, but he didn't trust me. He buried the golden nugget to spite me. Then he disappeared. Everyone in the town heard about our good fortune. See, one, why didn't he trust her? And two, where did he go? They thought I was rich. I was so ashamed that I couldn't tell them the truth. Which is a kind of a bad motive. I've been playing too many BBS games. One day my son wandered into the cave. He wanted to find his daddy. He wanted to make everything better. But he never came out of the cave. I went to look for him, but I couldn't find him. Now it's too late. Now I have nobody. Okay, well, I think you should have done a better job of consoling your child. And I don't think killing yourself is going to solve anything. Will you help me? Will you help me end my life? No, I'm going to get help. I mean, things are terrible, but you have to face what's left of your world here. I don't know, this is a very morally gray area. Because on one hand, maybe it's her right to do this. And I mean, she's in pain. Maybe we should honor her wishes and help her. You know, assisted suicide. But on the other side of things, her life could get better, and once again, there's more here than it seems. Oh. Dang, this game. Hard decisions. But you know what? This is a gray area. It's very... I'm not sure. But because of the strange circumstances, because apparently there's a guy just handing people knives and sending them into a cave. And this woman's already been killed once, but she isn't dead. I am going to go get help. This is all just a little too weird for me. Then leave me, you coward. Woman spurts blood at you. Oh, and now we're covered in blood. Much like the first gentleman. And did he technically say that he cut her or hurt her? I think he just said he helped her. So she probably spurted blood on him too. Alright guys, excuse me for cutting away for a second. Something kind of serendipitous happened. As some of you may know, I stay with my mother. She's older, she has some health problems. I'm going to make sure she's taken care of. So, I'm down here recording. She was asleep. And suddenly she comes in through the door, kind of not panicking, but surprised by something. And she says she needs me to come upstairs. Okay. I mean, this is so suitable for what we were doing with this game. So I get upstairs, and she informs me that she's heard voices outside. That she heard someone outside of the house. Voices. Okay. So I was pretty sure that she just heard me down here recording and it had woken her up and she was dreaming and she'd gotten a little confused. I mean, it happens. But no, she insists. Voices outside. Okay. Well, it's raining outside, but I get a flashlight and I grab a dang pellet gun that looks like a pistol to make her feel better. You know, I'm armed to the teeth with my pellet gun. And I proceed out into the rain. Don't hear anything. Poke around in the driveway. And we have a really long driveway. Okay, so I go all the way down the driveway in the rain. Go all the way back up the driveway. Check out on the sides of it. Go back to the barn. See, we have our own barn, just like in the game. And I check out inside the barn, and I check out around the house, and I check all the other exterior doors. And I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. So, you know, false alarm. She's dreaming, right? And, you know, it's like this game. Don't jump to conclusions. I mean, we jumped to the conclusion that guy had stabbed this woman. Because he said he, quote-unquote, helped a woman who wanted to die. And then he said he didn't stab her. But those two concepts in our minds didn't line up. We're like, well, he had to stab her because where'd the blood all over his clothes come from? Well, as it turns out, she sprayed him with blood. As she sprayed us with blood. Similar deal. I'm thinking my mother's dreaming. I'm about to walk in the house. And just as I'm about to walk in the house, I suddenly hear it. I hear music this time. Like, what? Okay, well, gotta take into account, I live out in the country. There are not huge farmers around me, but they do a little bit of farming. So one of our next door neighbors has corn growing. And he has problems with raccoons getting in and eating his corn. And what he has done is rig a radio up to where when something goes into his garden at night, it turns the radio on. At full blast with big huge speakers sitting in his barn. And so what my mother had heard, and what I heard just as I was going inside, was my neighbor's radio kicking on to scare off the raccoons raiding his garden. So I'm not unhappy at all about this interruption because it fits perfectly with the game in more than one way. I mean, it's just about perfect. But let's go ahead and continue. My concern here is I think the guy at the front of this cave is up to something. I'm also not sure how the townsfolk are going to react to us being covered in blood. They might jump to conclusions much as we jump to conclusions. So let's go ahead and head out of here. Let's just double check, make sure no other pads have opened, anything like that. Oh, whoa, I actually got a little spooked there. Man with a knife, without blood. The farmer approaches. Oh dear. Why do you have blood on your overalls? Ha 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 ha. Oh. So it's like us provide a free-form answer. It may just want us to repeat exactly what the other farmer told us, but in case it doesn't, well, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it's difficult to know how sophisticated this game is if it can parse this text. But I'm going to go ahead and enter my own message that's a little more explanatory. There's an injured woman in the cave. I have to get help. Enter. Why do you have a knife? It was given to me by the man at the cave entrance. Oh, it won't let me enter punctuation. He heard strange noises in the cave and wanted me to be safe, supposedly. I heard moans. What have you done? Found an injured woman. I need to get help. Let me see what will happen to you. And that is where the story shall end, at least for now. Interesting. I wonder if it sends those responses back to a game server and then incorporates them back into the game for other players. I'm not really sure. It is up to the next player of the game to choose your fate, just as you chose for the previous player. Oh, it does. That's very interesting. Though, if that's the case, my firewall should have popped up and informed me that this game was sending something back to the server. And it did not. Well, maybe it will submit after we get through this. Enter your first name, Fritz. Enter your email address. Oh, remember there was an email address in that book we read. Okay. You'll be emailed about your fate. Thank you for playing. Press space to submit your details. Well, that was just super cool. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you've played this game, please post in the comments how you responded, what you felt, how you dealt with the woman, how you responded to the first farmer, and what you think is up with the guy at the entrance of the cave, because this seems a little strange. Some dark magic going on here. Some strange voodoo in the air. Thank you for watching, everybody.